Okay, so the Oblivion remake is real? And it's actually here? And we're playing it? I'm still kind of in disbelief. I'm not gonna lie, I was getting skeptical. I'm a bit jaded. As soon as it dropped, I dove in with a pre-planned build that we had just started in OG Oblivion as well, fully expecting that they might mess with the leveling system, but this was just a visual remaster, right? Well, it turns out I was completely wrong. Not only did they shadow drop the game, but it came out with a bunch of new mechanics, sprinting, redesigned menus, and yes, an entirely new leveling system. Some things still feel familiar. You still level skills, but now you're given 12 points per level up to allocate across any 3 attributes you choose. And yes, luck is still in the mix. It costs 4 bonus points just to get 1 in luck, kinda like how the original only allowed 1 point at a time, sometimes costing other attribute bonuses. We'll see if luck is actually worth the investment this time around, but personally, I'm still skipping it. This new system really fits my style. I kinda prefer when all the XP goes toward 1 level up bar and you can assign attribute bonuses as you see fit, much like Fallout. Don't get me wrong, I love Oblivion's funky, almost meta minigame leveling system, but I appreciate being able to use whatever skills I want to best fit the situation without altering my behavior for better stats down the line. It's a huge quality of life boost. For the first time, I actually picked my favorite skills as major skills. Probably what the devs intended all along, and for those coming from Skyrim, this will feel much more intuitive. When exiting the sewers, we get this iconic scene, complete with the view of Vilverin, the dock, and our first encounter with a mud crab. The water is beautiful, there's thicker grass and more flowers and overgrowth. The very ground you walk on feels like you've stepped through the screen. Some plants, however, can be picked for alchemy ingredients and can now be pulled out of the ground or off the stem instead of the models being unaffected. You've successfully harvested, you always successfully harvest. I actually thought this was really cool and totally surprised me the first time it happened. You see that? Now, probably because of this more dense foliage, we now have a white outline that pops up to distinguish between the mere scenery and the plants that are actually harvestable. This outline also pops up around interactable items and includes a label that personally dispels some of the immersion, and I'm hoping they offer us a setting to turn it off. That alone would make it feel that much more like the Oblivion I've grown to love. I would also include the haze in this category, kind of the, environmental humidity. I find it striking and it's a beautiful addition to the weather patterns, but I'm really hoping we also get to see some of the clear, sunny days that usually define my hikes across the map. That being said, the lighting is one of the most just impressive things to me across the board. The cities at night, walking around during the day, and the sun coming through the trees, it's absolutely beautiful, and I'm finding myself in different situations just constantly gazing at it. Combat still feels similar with some more real-feeling movements and sounds of your weapons. I love the details like the way an arrow is drawn, how water and rain makes the leather look soaked and the steel shinier and more reflective. Just a fair warning on water though, you can almost feel currents that push you when you swim, and you have to get used to that feeling before running out of air. Auto heal out of combat kinda makes restoration feel non-essential, and sprinting makes speed look like it's been forgotten, but we'll understand the implications better as time goes on. Add on slow movement with over-encumbrance as opposed to the OG's complete freeze of your character. And there's definitely been quality of life updates that have come straight from Skyrim. Again, the way this changes the balance of the game will be interesting to experience in the later parts of character progression, but on the whole, I'm really enjoying it. One thing that helps keep the game grounded is the use of the original voice lines.
I failed. The Blades are sworn to protect the Emperor. Now he and all his heirs are dead.
Despite the updated visuals and new character faces, which I'm still getting used to, the familiar voices really help maintain my immersion. The fact that each scene is faithfully recreated and carefully timed is essential, and I think they've done an excellent job with that. That's kept me totally hyped as we dive back into those familiar quest lines all over again. So, what do you think of this new take on Oblivion? Are you a longtime player who wants to experience this new interpretation? Would this be your first introduction into Cyrodiil? Or would you rather stick with the original release with its lovely quirks and potato faces? I know I'm excited to continue discovering Oblivion all over again with new eyes. How about you?